Hello there guys, I am the CHALL, your sports channel, your Golden State Warrior of football and basketball combined, as well as other sports. If you want to cover some other sports, comment down below. What is going on at West Ham United? I know they said Newcastle then, but they've still got Mike Ashley, so we don't know what's going on, despite the new signings. But what is going on at West Ham United? What is actually going on? I think they're getting relegated. That's my opening statement. I think they're getting relegated this year. Owners are a disgrace. Some of their youth academy players have gone to Premier League rivals, and I'm going to share all my thoughts on that. I've got a report from HITC Sport. I've got a report on this youth academy player. I've got to talk about Keena being in the same squad as the new player as well. We've got Dean Garner to talk about. And yeah, just sharing my thoughts as an outsider really. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And before I go on a bit of a rant about West Ham United as a neutral, let's talk about HITC Sports article about Watford's new signing, which is from the West Ham Academy. So it is reported that Jeremy Ngakia opted to leave West Ham after football restarted, with the highly rated youngster moving to Watford, who has just been relegated from the Premier League. Spurs beaten 2-1 by the Watford during the pre-season game, and the Hammers faithful were reacting to a clip of the defender playing a lovely ball over the top for his teammate Domingos Keena, and there was loads of Twitter responses. You know, him and Dean Garner have come through the academy and been let go of despite the fact they would both start for us. Hashtag GSB out. That's fair play from hashtag GSB out West Ham on Twitter. You know, someone else said, hurts even more that it's Ngakia through to Keena, lol. Sickening, you're gonna make me cry. What a club brought through this talented football. They must regret letting him go. Probably not, knowing the owners. They're making profit. He's only worth 5k a week. One for your West Ham transfer. Keena Masterclass today too from at Watford Status. And there was just a lot of stuff about that. But the main thing really to speak about here is another transfer that went ahead to a different club, this time a Premier League club. So another academy player that's left the club is Dean Garner. He will be leaving for West Bromwich Albion. Now, I've got something to share with you guys. Now, before you go on and say David Moyes this, David Moyes that, I know the manager's not the best manager in the world, and I know he needs to go if he doesn't get results, and I know that he'll be the scapegoat for board mishaps for some of this season. Obviously, tactics is obviously important as well, so Moyes will get the blame for that. But there's something I need to share with you guys. There was a report, now whether this is true or not, I don't know, but I'm going off the basis of if this is true. There was a report that Moyes wanted Dean Garner in his plans. The board, they went ahead and said no. They overruled him, they sold him, made a lot of money on him. And what's Moyes supposed to do? He feels bottom of the pile, and yes, his tactics aren't the best. Yes, he's not the best manager in the world, but even he feels, you know, disgraced by the owners. And you know what? If I were Moyes, I'd have gone straight to that boardroom, I'd have discussed the transfer policy, I'd have said Dean Garner was in my plans for the future. He was a world-class youngster, he was ready to start, and you sold him. I'm not taking it anymore, I'm leaving the club, goodbye. And I think the fans would be happy with Moyes leaving because he wasn't playing the best football in the world, but the owners then will be in an unprecedented situation, and it'd be their own fault because they overruled potentially Moyes' decision to sell Dean Garner rather than keep him, because that's what Moyes wants to do reportedly. So if he reportedly wants to do that, then the club are actually not backing the manager, which is where I'll defend David Moyes. And you know, all the stuff over the last few years with the West Ham ownership, Karen Brady, David Sullivan, what's his name? I can't remember his first name. I've forgotten his first name because I've forgotten him already. Gold, Sullivan, Brady. I'll stick to surnames because they don't deserve their first names being read out on live television or YouTube television, whatever it is. Gold, Sullivan, Brady, out. That's me as a neutral. Gold, Sullivan, Brady, out. West Ham ownership, poor, diabolical, it stinks. West Ham fans have a right to be angry. They don't have a right to be violent. You know, if some minority of fans want to be violent, that's absolutely disgraceful. If you want to protest your thoughts peacefully and say, you know, owners out, I'm all for that, and I couldn't agree with you more. Gold, Sullivan, Brady, out. They want to make a profit. As soon as they moved into that Olympic Stadium, you knew the life was sucked out of West Ham United Football Club. As a neutral, I'm just looking at this as a neutral outsider, sharing my thoughts. Some of you can say, yeah, you're the fan of a League One club, you will stick up for clubs in trouble because, you know, that's pretty much your level. Shut up. Literally just shut up. Because Donny Rovers is one of the best run clubs in the country, and I can say that for a certain fact because even though we haven't got much money, we've got a board that's always honest, we've got a board that backs the manager, we've got a board that signs the right players. West Ham's board waste money on a stadium, they don't tell the fans what's going on, yeah, and it causes unrest among the fan base, and it causes unrest on the pitch. Mark Noble actually came out and said he was angry about Diangana leaving. The captain of the club, pretty much the leader of the club, Mark Noble, said he was angry about this. And, you know, I saw the video, you know, over the last week, Triple H, the cerebral assassin, coming out and saying Declan Rice shouldn't leave West Ham. I'm sorry, Triple H, you're an absolute beast, you're an absolute tank, you're more of a tank than Saeed Kolasinac, but come on, game, come on, Hunter. Declan Rice needs to leave that environment to be better as a footballer, come on. It's time to play the game. Yes, it's time to play the game we love, not the game we hate. Declan Rice needs to go somewhere else. I don't care if it's Chelsea or Liverpool or Man United or Man City. I do not give a flying one. Declan Rice needs to leave that environment because he deserves better than this. Declan Rice deserves better. Felipe Anderson, yes, he was inconsistent, but he deserves better than this. Absolutely deserves better than this. And you know what? I've got some stats from the HITC Sport article about the Ngakia kid and Keenar, and you know, I was speaking a little bit about Diangana from separate reports and the Moyes backing and stuff like that. I've got some stats on spending players. Here we go. And this will blow your mind. So, according to HITC Sports article, we've got the most expensive players for West Ham in recent times. Now, these are, well, from the looks of it, it's just like a top 5. Now, I'm going to show you exactly why they've wasted the money. Sebastian Haller, in fact, no, we'll go from 5 to 1, not 1 to 5. Issa Diop, flop defender to many people, well, nearly all people, £22 million. Number 4, Pablo Fornals, £24 million. Marko Arnautovic fell out at West Ham, moved to China, spent £25 million. Number 2, Felipe Anderson, inconsistent, £41.5 million. Sebastian Haller, £45 million, inconsistent. So, that is, in my books, and I think everyone with a brain cell's books, a waste of damn money. They're spending money everywhere, they're overpaying for players, and they're just not getting the game. They're just not getting it. So, my advice to the owners to save your skin and to save the fans' mental health is to just sell up and get out. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that would be interested in buying out West Ham because they have a plan, they have a formula, they have a long-term development strategy for the club to be a world-class club and get that atmosphere that's been trapped in the ruins of the Boleyn Ground for so many years now and get it into the Olympic Stadium. Make it a home ground, make it a proper football home. And you know, West Ham just at the minute are just not going anywhere. And I said this right at the start, and I'll say this statement again. West Ham are going to be relegated this season if things don't change. All they've done this season is signed a non-league player for the academy in the under-23s, I believe. Well, I'm not sure which one it was, the academy or under-23s. But the only first-team signing they've made is made Souček permanent. And you know what? That's a good deal, because Souček was a decent player, so I'm glad they made him permanent. But in a way, I feel sorry for him because he's coming into a permanent environment that's toxic and stinks of dog muck. Because West Ham United, looking at it from the outside, are a disgraceful club run by people for a profit. And there's other clubs that do that as well. Mike Ashley at Newcastle, despite the new signings that are coming this week. Wilson signed, Fraser's on the way, Lewis is on the way from Norwich. You know, Mike Ashley didn't get involved exactly with those transfers. It was Lee Charlesley behind the scenes. That's who Steve Bruce thanked. Lee, not Mike, Lee. So, Newcastle's in an ownership crisis. You know, Stan Kroenke doesn't go to the games. Maybe they need a more sympathetic owner. He don't even pay tribute to Arsenal legends that have passed away. Absolute disgrace. Man United, you know, they were after Sancho. They were obviously we've got Van der Beek now, so you know that's a good transfer for the midfield. Reguilon, the Real Madrid left back, he's on the way apparently. Apparently that might be agreed. Maybe, we don't know. But Sancho is the main one, and you know they passed the deadline, and again, just not happened. But that wasn't the Glazers taking involved in the transfers. That was the people in charge of football, not the bloody Glazers. So the Glazers need to go because they're not exactly getting involved, are they? I'm telling you, there's other clubs in big ownership crisis. There's clubs in lower leagues that are in ownership crisis. Wigan, Charlton, Macclesfield. You know, there's a lot of clubs that need our help. And there's a lot of big clubs like West Ham that are being put to shame by other clubs in lower divisions. Even non-league clubs are being run better than West Ham United and Newcastle United and Wigan and Charlton and Macclesfield. There's so many clubs lower down that are ran so much better. And we need to, not just the Football League, not just non-league, but we need a proper fit and proper persons test for all the leagues. We need a fit and proper persons test for all top 6, top 7 tiers of English football going into non-league as well. Because, you know, if we have a fit and proper persons test that stretches over the Premier League, the EFL and the National League, then, you know, it brings the football pyramid close together rather than keep them apart. It brings us all together, and that's what we need right now. We need to bring people together, especially with the new season about starting this weekend. So, you know, West Ham need to look at themselves and be ashamed. So that's just me looking at it from an outside. But what do I think West Ham will do in terms of transfers? Probably sell people, get a bit of profit. You know, rumours about Lanzini going out on loan, links between Felipe Anderson and Arsenal, and you know what? Arsenal under Mikel Arteta will make Felipe Anderson a better player than he is at West Ham. Absolutely, 100%. But I think West Ham will sell people, and it'll just be a selling crisis. It'll just be no transfers in, and just a lot of people selling out, which puts a lot more green into those filthy, disgusting pockets of the businessmen up above. Gold, Sullivan, Brady. Brady was only famous for the Flaming Apprentice! Karen Brady, you're fired. Gold, you're fired. Sullivan, you're fired. I'm not Lord Sugar, I'm a neutral football fan. Saying what I think. So, yeah, I mean, come on. It's got to be, that's got to be the end of the ownership now at West Ham. If they get relegated as well, I mean, the tactics from David Moyes aren't good anyway, so he'll get... The thing is, the ball will pass the blame on to David Moyes this season if they get relegated. The blame will be on Moyes. Moyes didn't get backed this summer. And the blame will go to Moyes. It was like, well, the tactics were on the pitch were bad, and, you know, we'll come up again, we'll come up fighting. West Ham is like Newcastle's ownership. They'll only spend in the second tier. That's what they'll do. They'll only spend in the second tier. And the Olympic Stadium will be the biggest championship or second tier stadium in football history. What does that tell you? The biggest stadium, I think it's like, what, 60,000 capacity? Biggest stadium potentially in the Championship the following season. Explain that. It's not about capacity, it's about passion for the club, and those owners don't have any passion. And that's looking at it not as a West Ham fan. I'm not a West Ham fan, I'm a Donny Rovers fan. I'm looking at it as an outsider. West Ham deserve better. The fans deserve better. The players deserve better. The leader, the captain is angry. Declan Rice should be at a better club than West Ham. Dean Garner's going to be playing with West Brom. Fair play to him. Enjoy yourself. Jeremy Ngakia, highly rated youngster, is at Watford, relegated from the Premier League. What does that tell you about West Ham? And they got beaten that pre-season friendly, didn't they? 5-3 against Bournemouth, who were relegated from the Premier League as well. What does that tell you? It tells you that West Ham are like... It's like a small clownfish swimming in a shark tank. You're gonna get eaten sooner or later, and you're gonna be blown to smithereens. Like a grenade launcher in target practice, you're gonna get blown to smithereens. Come on, it's got to be it now. That's got to be it for the West Ham ownership. But thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. I've got more British basketball videos, British Basketball League videos coming, hopefully soon. Obviously, with the BBL Cup starting and the Basketball Champions League kicking off as well in the next weeks, that'll be coming hopefully. We'll have some more Premier League videos when more transfers come out, so they'll all be coming onto the channel. We've got our predictions for the Premier League, the Championship, League One, League Two, and the Vanarama National League as well, so stay tuned for them. And also my BBL League predictions as well. Thank you very much, guys. I am the CHALL, your Golden State Warrior for football knowledge, and your slam dunker for basketball knowledge. And for now, guys, keep living the sports life, and I'll see you guys next video very, very soon. Take care, guys. Have an awesome day. Gold, Sullivan, Brady, you're fired.